Grand Risings, welcome to today's episode. So, about to drop game. I want to talk about a little lesson, Harvard Business School that I got today, and how much did it cost me? It cost me $100. So you guys are about to get my experience, and I'm about to get my own experience for myself because I'm never gonna let this happen again. When it comes down to a couple things: discernment, judgment, intentions, manic emotions, and standing on what I stand on. So what happened was I had an issue with the tenant. She had an issue. She was trying to say that because there were some repairs that are still ongoing and being repaired, she needed to get some money off of the rent this month. And I was like, you know what? I hear what you're saying. These issues we're working on with these repairs, it's a temporary situation. It's not it's not a hotel or anything like that. It's you move into a house, there's gonna be standard house repairs that go along with living in a house. Well, Mr. Wilson, aren't you gonna take some money off the rent? Or are you telling me how she said it? Mr. Wilson, are you telling me you're not gonna take some money off of the rent this month? That matter is not up for discussion. Well, are you saying that I can't? I want some money off the rent this month for these repairs because I'm not getting the full service that I paid for. This matter is not up for discussion. Now I need to go make some arrangements to actually get the issue resolved. Now that I'm aware of what the situation is, hang up. So then I'm talking with some family members about the situation, and you know which family members. You don't have to tell everybody, because it doesn't matter which family member it is. But what's important for me to learn from myself is that in my field and my expertise, and especially in my business, I have the final say so, and I also have more acumen than other family members. And when I say that, I mean like my knife is sharper, the game is sharper, the skills are sharper, I'm getting smarter, I work harder, I'm living larger. You understand me? And I made the mistake of not recognizing that inside of myself because I took a family member's advice on how I should handle the situation when I had already had the situation handled. So I was like, I had a bird in the hand, and they was like, no, you want to let that bird in the hand go so you can get those two in the bush. But there's only going to be one in the bush when you get there. And they sold me that dream. They sold me that. And I went for it. So what happened was my tenant paid her full amount of the rent. She was acting like, I would pay today, but I got these other things I'm telling you about right now. So she told me that yesterday, but today she paid the full amount. Anyways, as I'm having this discussion with the family member, I get into an emotional state, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, he's right. They're right. I could just get it back later because of the circumstances. So I'm over here like convincing myself that this is the right path to go down. Send the money back. And then I call a couple of other family members and advisors. The other family members are like, yeah, you need to tell her that if she just doesn't, want to agree to the contract that she signed months ago, we're not doing no more negotiations, that, well, she can get up out of there. She's already paying below market rent. You could easily get $300 more a month. Take your time and go about your business. Start advertising it. My other advisor, and I told him, I was like, no, you don't want to be that rash. You want to be calm with people, and you want to make sure you get some goodwill across so that they can, feel good about themselves or feel good about your relationship with them. This is my explanation for them, for why I don't agree with what they were saying. And I talked to my advisor. He was like, Yeah, no. Her withholding the information about there being some repairs, she shouldn't do that. She should just tell you immediately whenever they come up. And typically, people want to wait till like the first of the month to do that. However, you're ongoing making repairs. Them waiting to the first of the month doesn't mean that they have some sort of leverage to not pay rent, because they're still obligated to pay rent because they still live there. They're still using the space. And on top of that, or just as a caveat, you know what? I'm not going to add any caveats because that is solid enough for me to stand on, which I stood on anyways. So, long story short, I came up with I came up with an idea to recoup these funds that I gave back in my stupor, because I was being stupid. And after a long 30-minute conversation with the tenant, she said, "Oh, I made a mistake. I have to eat my own mistakes." And that, she has receipts and such. And that's about it. She said she sent the full amount. She's got receipts. And I told her, I was like, "I just made a mistake. Sent you that money. Could you send it back?" "Oh, why? I sent my amount in this month. I did what I was supposed to do." And what it says to me is that I already have like more skill than my other family members. Some of them I have more skill than, and then some of the other ones I have more tact than them, because I just have more skill or more tact. And tact is like tactical. It's how to maneuver through a situation. And then my guidance was right when I talked to my advisor. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to have a discussion with you about this matter. So it was right for me to hang the phone up and just move on to get into the next, decision or money-making opportunity or stream of income that I'm generating. So what that means is that my intuition is good. The path I'm on is great. But when I go and I talk to other people, sometimes the advice I'm getting is worth less than my own. But the other thing I didn't keep in mind was that, where am I getting the advice from? Was it worth it for the advice? Like, did I pay for this advice, or was it free advice? What's the value of this free advice? What's the value of someone telling me to go their way instead of my way? It sounds good. It sounds like, oh, people are older than you as a family member. They may know a little bit more. However, I've been doing this for 6 years. That's a rookie mistake. And I'm still making them. Unfortunately, but it does give me some really good insight into, one, where my standing is with the people around me, which is typically I'm doing more than the people around me. It's really hard for me. Well, not really. I'm not even gonna form my lips to say that. So what I'm saying is, I need to be around people who are doing more than me, who are going harder than I am, making more money, taking more risks, winning more risks, and bringing the money back faster, stronger, longer, stronger. I think I said that twice. So this is a good lesson. It was a very cheap lesson. It took some time. And I said Harvard Business School. But again, at the end of the day, guys, if you make a decision, stand on your decision. Don't go back. Don't let another family member try to tell you that, oh, no, you're being too tough. You're being too hard on them. I tried to do the same thing, and I got no sort of compliance. So you're not being too tough. You're being too tough compared to them, what they would do. But again, like, you had to be a certain amount of toughness to get to right here. The throne is where I'm sitting at. You got to build your own throne. You know what I'm saying? You got to work on it, chip it away. You have to see it like it's in a block of stone, of marble, and chip away at it every day. And every day you're chipping at it, it's not with hammers and a chisel. It's with your mind. It's with your conversation. It's with your decision making, your capacity to envision what you want before you see it and then carve away at yourself. You can dream it, you can engineer it, you can achieve it. Everything else, release it. It's not for you. It's not formed by you. So I'm gonna leave that here today. It was a lesson learned, and small lesson, but again, I need to be making more mistakes like this faster and larger, because the results of overcoming these mistakes become greater and more exponential and higher. So it's it all balances out at the end, because it does. The point is to go through the gauntlet. Continue to go through the gauntlet. Continue to go through the gauntlet. You're forged by the fires. No. Farewell.